The Philadelphia suburbs are made up of 4 total counties, with Bucks County being the second largest in overall size and population. Bucks County also is one of the most highly rated and sought after areas in the entire state of Pennsylvania. Bucks County has a wide range of different prices, everything from $100,000 up to multi-million-dollar properties. But on this video, we're going to take a look at some of the more affordable areas within Bucks County with an average median sales price under $500,000. Hey there, I'm Corey Benhart, your Philadelphia suburb realtor. I specialize in helping people just like you move and buy their perfect Pennsylvania home. All of my contact information is below. Let's get started. Starting out with the most expensive on our list, which is Chalfont. Chalfont was actually rated as the 5th best place to raise a family in all of Bucks County. The population of Chalfont is 4,200 people. The median home sale price in Chalfont is $490,000. To give you a better idea of the different pricing range in each of these towns, we're going to go over both the lowest and the highest sale in each of these areas within the past year. So taking a look at Chalfont, the lowest priced sale in Chalfont over the last year has been $131,000, with the highest being $1.79 million. A couple of the pros about living in Chalfont is it has that small town charm. Chalfont has a small population, so it has a small town feel with a close, tight-knit community. Another pro of living in Chalfont is definitely the location. Chalfont is only located about 10 minutes from Montgomeryville, Pennsylvania, which has just about every single type of large chain restaurant and retailer that you can really even imagine. It's also located only around 10 to 15 minutes from Doylestown, which is another very popular town, and it's also known for the downtown area, which has tons of locally owned shopping and dining. If you happen to go to visit, or if you happen to buy your home in Doylestown, I would highly recommend to check out the restaurant Bocelli's. Chalfont is also located very close to plenty of different parks, so if you love to run, walk the dogs, or hike, Chalfont is a great place to check out. Taking a look at some of the cons of living in Chalfont, starting with the lack of nightlife. Although Chalfont is very closely located to 2 large, very lively towns, Chalfont is definitely not like that whatsoever. There's really not much to do, especially at night. So if you're looking for more of a downtown nightlife and you don't want to have to drive anywhere to do so, Chalfont might not be the best place for you. Another con of living in Chalfont is the occasional traffic. Since Chalfont is very close to major highways, traffic can be pretty heavy in the center of Chalfont during rush hour. Let's take a look at niche.com and see what Chalfont is most highly rated for. Out of over 6,800 different suburbs, Chalfont ranked as the 320th overall best suburb to raise a family and the 98th best place to live in all of Pennsylvania out of over 1,500 different places. Moving over to number 2, which is Langhorne. Langhorne is another amazing town in the Philadelphia suburb area. Langhorne has a population of right around 1,600 people, and the median home sale price in Langhorne is $457,500. Taking a look back over the last year, the lowest price sale in Langhorne was $160,000, and the highest was $1,050,000. Starting out with the first pro of living in Langhorne, which is just the overall cost of living, not just the housing price, but generally just as an overall cost of living. Langhorne is very affordable compared to some of the other areas right around the Langhorne area. Another huge pro is that it's very closely located to one of the most popular state parks in the area, which is Tyler State Park. Tyler State Park has hundreds of miles of trails, and it's perfect for biking, running, fishing, and even horseback riding. So now moving over to some of the cons of living in Langhorne, with the first one being the overall size and population. Obviously, depending on your personal preference, if you love small, tight-knit communities, Langhorne might be great, but if you're looking for more of a larger suburb, Langhorne might not be the best option for you. Because Langhorne is so small, it's very likely to see some of these same people over and over again each weekend or each evening as you're out in town, which some people love, but others would prefer to not see some of the same people over and over again and would prefer to live in more of a highly populated area. According to niche.com, Langhorne is the 185th best place to retire in Pennsylvania Pennsylvania out of over 1,300 different places. All right, so the next town that we have to talk about is Perkasie, Pennsylvania. Out of 52 places rated in Bucks County, Perkasie was ranked as the 13th for the most affordable town. With a population of a little over 8,600 residents, the median home sale price in Perkasie is right at $430,000. Taking a look back over the last year, the lowest sale price in Perkasie was $175,000, with the highest being $2.35 million. All right, so now jumping into the pros of living in Perkasie, which is a town that I actually used to live in myself. The overall size of Perkasie is perfect because there are so many different housing options, from apartments to multi-acre farm estates and truly everything in between. There are tons of townhome and single-family home neighborhoods all throughout Perkasie. Perkasie is very fastly growing just because of the amount of farmland and farm space that Perkasie has. A lot of builders have been coming in, buying some of the land and building brand new homes and new townhomes. And some people, definitely don't like to hear that. They want to be able to keep their farmlands and farm town small. But in my opinion, Perkasie has done a great job with not allowing all of these developers and home builders to come in and buy too much of the land. Perkasie still has plenty of open space and grass and farmland without sacrificing it being overpopulated. Although there has been a lot of new construction recently, Perkasie has definitely been able to keep the community feel. Speaking of community, Perkasie is very well known to have some of the best community events over the years. Everything from a tree lighting right around the holidays to 4th of July fireworks to car shows to carnivals and everything else you can probably really imagine. Perkasie has plenty of parks, and their downtown area is quickly evolving into a very lively, amazing downtown with a lot of great new restaurants, breweries, and bars. So now moving over to some of the cons of living in Perkasie, which the main one could be the development that is coming into Perkasie with all the new home builders coming in, buying up land. So depending on your preference and your personal opinion, this could be a good thing because it's boosting up the town and it's becoming more of a lively, populated area. But if you would prefer more of a small, quiet, sleepy farm town, Perkasie might not be the best for you. I definitely do not want you to think that Perkasie is becoming overdeveloped and there's tons and tons of new developers coming in. It's certainly not like that at all. There have truly only been just a handful of new developments that have been built over the past couple of years. All right, so the next town that we have to talk about is called Levitown, Pennsylvania, and compared to all of the other towns that we've already spoke about, Levitown is quite large with a population of 51,000 residents. The median home sale price in Levitown is $330,000, with the lowest sale within the last year being $155,000 and the highest sale being $580,000. Starting out with the first pro of living in Levitown, which is the overall affordability. Obviously not just the house price affordability, because there are lower priced median home sale prices on our list, but as you can tell, with the highest sale being only $580,000, it is quite a very affordable area. The second pro of living in Levitown is the overall location, because it's only right around 25 miles from Center City, Philadelphia, which is great if you have to commute or if you just want to go into the city and enjoy everything that Philadelphia has to offer. All right, so moving over to the cons of living in Levitown, which is the overall traffic in Levitown can be absolutely horrible because it is completely surrounded by major highways and roadways. So during rush hour, it can be quite a nightmare. According to niche.com, Levitown is the 217th most diverse town in all of Pennsylvania. All right, so the next town that we're going to talk about is Quakertown, with an overall population of 9,200 people. The median home sale price in Quakertown is $280,000, with the lowest sale over the last year being $145,000 and the highest being $1.1 million. The pro for living in Quakertown is that Quakertown has a fast growing downtown area with a lot of great new shops coming up and tons of both mom and pop and large chain retailers and restaurants all throughout Quakertown. So now for the con of living in Quakertown, depending on your personal preference, this could be either a pro or a con, but Quakertown is still a bit of a farm town. So depending on if you would prefer to live in a more large, lively area with, a huge population, Quakertown really isn't there yet. But if you would prefer more of a quiet, quiet, downtown, small town, community-based area with farmland around the center of town area, Quakertown would probably be a great option for you to check into. According to niche.com, Quakertown has an overall B rating with a B+ rating for public schools in Quakertown and a B+ good for families rating. It is the 102nd most diverse area in the entire suburbs. Now, if you're moving to Pennsylvania, or more specifically the Philadelphia metro area, I would love to help you find your perfect Pennsylvania home. All of my contact information is down below, but until then, I will see you over on this next video.